I am honored and humbled to give the next award to Omar Ba. Hardly need to say anything. You need to know that. Because when he was nominated by David Kov over there in the corner. And I wasn't aware of the work that Omar had done, but everybody I talked to said, "Oh, Omar? You don't know Omar." So Omar has, you know, there's this like they take lemons and make lemonade. This is who Omar is. He's taken the grief and sadness and sorrow from his country, Gambia, and he's brought it to us and found a way to open his heart and our hearts to people, to make us welcome and to make us welcoming. And he's a testament to all of us of what our lives and our hearts might be if we paid attention. So I'm just going to read this. Okay. Red Bandana Award of 2017 is an award that's presented to Omar Ba for his tireless work to make our community a welcoming place, especially for those refugees who arrive here without resource or support. Drawing from his own challenges and suffering, he has forged a life that advocates for acceptance, tolerance, and kindness for all. His work reminds us of who we are at our best and what is possible when our doors and our hearts are open. Omar Ba.
Well, I want to begin by thanking Bill and also to honor Richard and also honor Phil, my co-awardee. Phil, thank you for the kind words you said about me. 10 years ago when I came to America, I was almost giving up. I almost gave up. I was hugely distressed. I was alone, came to this state knowing nobody, started from scratch, no family, no friend, nobody. Actually, I knew Rhode Island the day before my arrival. That's when I heard Rhode Island. And I thought it's an island. I was never heard the name. And there was a guy working at the US Embassy in Ghana where I was a refugee. And I asked them, they said, oh, it's not an island actually, it is a state in America. I was thinking of New York, Washington, D.C. I said, Rhode Island is a state. But then I found one thing in common between me and Rhode Island. I'm from the smallest country on mainland Africa. And I walked to the airport. I was received by a caseworker from Dorcas International Institute who helped me to get into an apartment and start to settle down, to start knowing how to get to the bus, to travel through the bus system, and then just to get around Rhode Island. And then that was the time, as I stated, I was alone, no family, no friend. These kids were not born. My wife was hugely distressed. She was still back in Gambia under house arrest by a dictator who was still killing people, who was kidnapping and torturing people, and my pictures were still blasted across Gambian airports and seaports that I'm a wanted person for my work as a reporter there in Gambia. And luckily I arrived in America with that isolation, with that level of hopelessness, not knowing where to go. I was suffering from PTSD, of course, you know, torture, survival, forced out of your country, and then coming to a place that you do not know, you are starting everything from scratch. So I was basically giving up. I gave up, almost gave up. But then because of the people like you, because of events like this, recognizing that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, I began to think, I mean, I can make a difference. I can rebuild my life. The reason why I became a refugee is because I was a reporter. And the reason why my work as a reporter was a problem in my country was because I was writing about social justice issues, about issues of hunger, healthcare, about segregation, discrimination in my country. Dictatorship does not like that. And then a lot of my colleagues were either killed or gone missing, and the lucky ones like me were forced out of the country into exile. So I was thinking, after seeing all the support that I went through, that I got in America, I wanted education, I got it. I got all the kind of education I wanted. I got 2 master's degrees here in America, and this country gave that to me. I wanted my wife here. The Senator Reed, to be specific, actually helped me for my wife to join me out of Gambia. And she's here. We have 2 boys today, Barry and Sam. And we own a home. I mean, that's part of the American dream. I was hearing about America, American dream, what to be done, how can somebody get there? You believe and you do and you get there. And I said, we're going to buy a home. My wife thought I was crazy 5-6 years ago. We did it. We live in our home, have our children, help get the education that we want. And then I was thinking, the work I was doing in Gambia couldn't be cut short. I was fighting for equality, for better services and better support for people who are vulnerable. And that is not possible anymore because I'm out of Gambia, even though I talk about Gambia all the time. But I'm here. I see people that share the same journey, the same community as me, and came to America because of the same experience that I went through. And those are the refugees, the refugee community that I belong to. And then I'm thinking about all the bad things happening around the world. In Syria, about 5 million refugees and over almost 1 million killed. In Sudan, women are being tortured and raped and used as weapons of war. Congo, Afghanistan, there's so much suffering around the world. But I mean, I'm just settling in a new country. I cannot fly out there to make my little effort to make any difference that I may want to. So what I could do here is to start from where I am. Any little thing that I can do in my own little way was what I wanted to do. So I thought I would found the Refugee Dream Center to help people who are going through the same journey that I went through. And that means just working with people one-on-one, helping them with English language classes, transportation, application search and application for jobs. It's a lot of challenge settling down in a new country, especially for refugees after all the torture, the trauma that people have gone through. And then coming in here, you have to be self-sufficient within the first few months and pay your rent, know how to speak English, walk. It's not possible. I went through that. I was able to speak English, but I went through so many challenges. But there is hope. There is opportunity. And then I thought, me who went through the journey, helping those people, understanding that somebody who went through it and now is helping them, could be hope for them also to be resilient, also to look forward to the future, and of course for that piece of the American dream that they can do it, they can resettle. And looking at you, this group here, this is the kind of environment that I see every time. When I go to the Coalition Against Domestic Violence, I have hope. I think about the women who are suffering in my community, who are probably afraid to even report because of the new president that we have. And then I go around, I call for volunteers, people fill my center. They come and support and help, transport people, teach them, help them with jobs, bring in donations, toiletries, shoes, clothes. These are the kind of things that I see every day. So this is my environment now, what I'm seeing in this room. So that is the welcoming nature of Rhode Island and America in general. I just wanted to thank you all once again.